The purpose of this video is to show you how to use the InfoOhio database search tools to help you get a head start on that research project. Specifically, in writing the Works Cited page or the bibliography, if it's MLA or APA, or if you have a teacher like me, I'm going to assign annotated bibliographies, which are the Works Cited page with notes. InfoOhio can help not only with good resources, but also give you some of the basic information you need to start creating that annotated bibliography or that works cited page. Now, if you've never conducted a database search with InfoOhio before, let me encourage you to watch my previous video showing you how to go through that process. This video is going to move pretty quickly through the search to get you to the other tools for saving those documents and for using that information to create your annotated bib. So go to infoohio.org, grades 9 through 12. Remember, we're going to skip this page. We're going to go to the browse, so that way we can select the specific database tool for our job. And that is going to be the Ebsco Host Multi-Database Search. We're going to remember cast a wide net, so select all. Everything should be blue and checked. Continue. We should change from the basic search to the advanced search. And always click full text before you even do anything. We only want results that give us the full article, so we can use that in our paper. Okay, so just like my other videos, I'm going to use school uniforms as the focus. And thinking about school uniforms, I can't just put a general title here. I need to get more specific. So again, I'm thinking about the purpose of schools, their academic institutions, so every decision an administration makes should serve that purpose. So school uniforms and academic performance. Click search. Gives me 256 hits. Not bad. Remember, my personal preference is to get that search result number under 50 before I start picking up individual sources. So let me go through here and do some limits. I already got my full text. My publication, I want this to always be as current as I can make it. With education, 10 years is probably a good time frame. So let me up that to 2009. That gives me 130 hits. And then let me make sure I have academic journals. I want sources from experts to help serve my purpose. Okay, now I'm going to pretend for the purpose of this video that every one of these sources is perfect for my research paper. If they won't be, you do need to look at them. You need to look at the abstracts, the summaries. You need to read the articles to make sure they match what you're hoping to find. But for the purpose of this, we're going to assume that they're all exactly what I want. So let's click on this first one. I've read the title. I noted the authors. I noted where it came from. This is from 2017. It's relevant. I read the abstract. Remember, an abstract is a summary. I've read the article. Click on the PDF over there on the side. Remember, the PDF is going to give you a scanned version of the article. So this is exactly the way it would have looked in its original publication. I love it. It's everything that I need. So let me go back to my result list. Oops, sorry. Click back into the article. So once I find what I want, the tools I want to use are going to be over on the right-hand side. You can see there's a lot of different tools here to help you save and use these sources. For example, if I click citation, this is going to show me how to cite this article in a variety of sources. The two that are most important for us, for my capstone students, APA, the American Psychological Association. This is the format we want. For my non-capstone students, we use MLA, and it's very similar, but not exactly the same. Either way, you could simply copy and paste that information into your works cited page. But here's the problem. I want you to also have the article to work with. Just copying the citation doesn't give you the article. So what I would suggest you do instead is email it to yourself. So if you click email, type in your email address. You can put a subject in there if you want, or comments if you want. I typically don't. And then go over to citation format and choose the one you need. I'm going to choose APA for this and click send. Now, before I go to my inbox, let me go to my Google Drive and open up the document that I'm going to use. So create a new document. Remember to always title it. So I'm just going to call it Sample Annotated Bib. Every document you create, remember, must have a heading that has the student's name, the teacher name, spell it correctly, the class name, and the due date for the assignment. APA requires that this be double spaced, so let's go ahead and do that. And APA wants a title that's centered. So we'll call this School Uniforms Annotated Bibliography. Catchy title, I know. Notice how this is all double spaced with no extra spacing. Okay, so we'll put it back over to our left. All right, so now let's go to our email and get our first source. Now, be careful with your emails from Ebsco. If you don't have it in your inbox, check your junk folder, your junk email. There it is, or your spam if you're sending this to your Gmail. So here we go. We've got our article attached, and most importantly for what we're doing right now, we've got our APA format. Let's go copy and paste that into our annotated bib. Okay, we need to format this. Remember, in both MLA and APA, the citation needs to be indented after the first line. First line stays on the left margin. Everything after that needs to get moved over. Now that that's done, the one warning I will give you about using Ebsco Host to create your annotated bibs is that sometimes the format of the capitalizations is not done correctly. Proofread, proofread, proofread. Let's double check. We have our last name, comma, first initial, and it's that name must be hyphenated, and our second name, comma, first initial. Good. Everything looks good there. Our year of publication. Remember, the title of the article needs to be in sentence format for APA, and what that means is that we capitalize the first word and everything else is lowercase except for proper nouns, just like in a sentence. Now, if this were MLA, it would all have to be in title format, so all the big words are capitalized, for example. So let's just quick scan this. That looks good. Finland, good. Now, when we get to a colon, we start over again, so that composition should be capital C. Again, proofread for that. Everything else looks good there. Our title of our journal is italicized, perfect. We have our italicized volume number, our issue in parentheses, not italicized. We have our page numbers, and then we have the DOI number, perfect. Remember, if we don't have a DOI, we write retrieved from name of database. Great. Now we're able to set, this hyperlink. Let's get rid of that. Do a right click or a two-finger tap. We want to go to the link. I'm sorry, try that again. Where is, let's just clear the formatting. We want there not to be a link. Google must have changed that generally. Before, you could just click on the link and it would give you the option to delete it. So just do a double click and clear formatting. Okay, I'll get back and fix that again in a minute. It must have undone that. Remember, in our annotated bib, we need quotes, we need a summary, we need an assessment, and we need a reflection. Remember, these quotes are quotes that we're finding in the article. Multiple quotes are always encouraged. That these quotes are going to help format or help support your argument. Your summary should be a very brief summary about what the article is about, hitting the major highlights. The assessment is about what makes this article reliable, what makes the author credible, why should we trust these people? And then most importantly, the reflection, how is this article going to be used to develop our paper? All right, so you would fill that work in. InfoHio is not going to help you with that. That's still on you. But that's our first source. Now let's go back and let's get our next source. So I'll go back to my result list. This one looks good. Again, email. Put your email in. Change your citation format to APA in this case. Send. Since my document is already created, I can simply go to my email, and these still keep coming to my junk folder. No big deal. Just know where they're coming. All right, here we go. Copy. Go back to your document. Paste. Again, do whatever formatting needs to be done. Fix our indents. Double check names. Double check capitalization. This one looks perfect. Everything looks good. Excellent. And now I'm able to come down here. I'll get that highlight or that hyperlink later if it still pops up. Quotes, summary, oops, spelled correctly, assessment, and reflection. Again, fill in all that appropriate information. Let's come up here and let's get rid of this link. So that way it doesn't keep popping up. So the only other thing I would need to double check is that everything's in alphabetical order. Barisha does come, the B in Barisha comes before the W in Weidinger, so we're good to go here. If we needed to rearrange sources, simple copy paste will get the job done. So again, InfoOhio becomes a powerful tool not just to get the good sources, but to also give you a head start on the actual document. So by the time I've found all my sources, I can have my Annotated Bib completely set up. And now as I read this first article, I can start recording my quotes. After I read the article, write my summary. Go do a quick investigation. What university are these individuals affiliated with, which makes them credible? And most importantly, how am I using this source? That becomes an easy task to do once this is all set up. So I hope this video helped. And again, as always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks for watching.